Welcome to the Pennine Barrier Ultramarathon 50-mile race brief. My name is Wayne Drinkwater. I'm the GB Ultras race director, and today we're going to cover some of the key points that you need to know for the race itself. So race HQ and race registration will be at Malham Show Field. Just as you enter into the village, it'll be on your left hand side. On Friday evening before the race, you can collect your race number at 5:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. or on race day morning from 4:15 a.m. to 5:45 a.m. Ideally closer to 5:30 as a max. Parking is available at Malham Show Field for the event. Please do not camp at the show field itself. There's a couple of local campsites that you can use. There's Riverside campsite, which is just up the road from the start venue, and also there's Gordale Scar campsite. So please support the local community and book through themselves. If you have any camper vans or anything like that, you're more than welcome to use the show field for that purpose. Okay, so the race will have a mass start at 6 a.m. and the race will be following the Pennine Way for the first 12 miles of the event. So the Pennine Way is a national trail, and some of the signposts that you can expect en route will be like this, and also the acorn sign, which is the emblem for the Pennine Way. So when you get to the top of Pennine, you'll be then joining on to the Yorkshire Three Peaks. Okay, another really well marked route, and you'll be following that as a circular until you reach Horton in Ribblesdale, and then ascend Pennine to the shoulder, and then drop down into checkpoint 5, which was formerly checkpoint 1. So checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 5 are the same location. Please close gates after you, just to ensure that livestock is kept in the necessary kind of fields that you'll be passing through. Stick to the trail at all times, particularly near Fountains Fell. There's a couple of disused mine shafts which would hate for something to happen there. So please keep to the main trail. Don't climb any farmers' walls or anything like that. If you come off route, just refer to your map. And also respect other trail users, particularly on the Malham Cove. I know it's early doors that you're going to be using it, or Janet's Foss, where you're returning to Malham Show Field towards the end of the race, or indeed on the Yorkshire Three Peaks route. It can be that you're passing by other trail users, so just respect other trail users at all times. Due to the nature of the event, it being a mountain race, we do state that part of your mandatory kit should be a hard copy map. Technology can fail, the weather can change, and ultimately we want to make sure that you're safe up on the mountains to get yourself down. So in order to do so, even though we have mountain marshals in position, mountain teams in position at strategic positions during the race, like on Pennine, on Whernside and Ingleborough, we really just want to make sure that you are in a position to help yourself. So the hard copy map is a necessity. Okay, so checkpoint locations for the event itself. So checkpoint 1 is at Silverdale Road at 12 miles into the event, and that's located right beside Pennine. Checkpoint 2 is at Ribblehead Viaduct at 21 miles. Checkpoint 3 is at Philpin Farm now, so this is a different location to previous years, and this is at 27 miles. Now please remember there's no support crew permitted at this checkpoint, purely because there's no car parking available. Checkpoint 4 is at Horton in Ribblesdale playing fields, and that's at 34 miles, and there is toilets there, just as there is at checkpoint 3. Checkpoint 5 is at Silverdale Road at 38 miles, and this is the same location as checkpoint 1, so then you're making your way back to Malham. Okay, so on the support teams front, you're more than welcome to arrange and plan to have your own support team to support your progress during the race itself. If they wanted to follow your progress, then what they can do is they can use the live tracking, which we'll have sent you the link, and it's also available on our website. Basically, they'll be able to follow your progress, put a tick beside your name on the leaderboard, and it will present your position on the map itself, and that will give them a really good insight into where you're up to. It's really important that your support team does not obstruct other runners and does not obstruct the event team. Okay, so at checkpoints, what can you expect food-wise? Okay, there's going to be a range of snacks, fruit, sandwiches, savouries, water, juice, cola, sweets, you name it really. There's going to be a good range to choose from. Please remember that if you've got any specific dietary requirements, please bring your own. Okay. Equally, if you've got any allergies, any concerns, please make sure that you're asking either the event team at the checkpoint, or you bring in your own food. Please ensure that any litter is nice and tight packed away in your pouch, in your race vest during the event. Sometimes people accidentally drop litter along the way, so please make sure that you're not one of those. Okay. All the events are cupless, so if you want to drink, other than your bottle at checkpoints, if you want to drink, please remember to bring your own cup, or it's also available on the GB Ultras shop. Okay, so race number visibility. Your race number should be attached to your front at all times. When you're going through the checkpoints, we really need to see what race number you are. It needs to be identifiable. So please remember that. We can stop you during the race to ask you to put them on your front. Support runners are not allowed throughout the event. If you seem to be having a support team, sometimes they might be carrying some of your kit. That's not right. That's not equal to other runners. And also, if you're not having to do the navigation or they're pacing you, then it's an unfair advantage. Okay, and that's not within the race rules. So we'd ideally ask you to make sure that nobody is supporting running beside you, unless they're actually in the race itself. Okay, so the mandatory kit, this is the bare minimum kit that you have to carry for the race. So we're just going to remind runners that basically if you're not carrying all of the necessary kit that you need for the event, then you might be jeopardizing your own safety or the safety of others. So really, we want everybody to be on an equal playing field, and therefore the same mandatory kit is required throughout the race itself. Okay, so if you are seen at random kit checks or at the finish line where we do another kit check potentially, if you're seen to not be carrying the correct kit, then time penalties could be imposed. We don't want to disqualify you, certainly not if you've come so far. During the race itself, you've done 40 or 50 miles. We don't want to disqualify you, but time penalties will be imposed if we deem necessary. When it comes to your mandatory kits, this is the bare minimum kit. So if you feel that you want to carry a small first aid kit, if you feel that you want to carry an extra pair of socks, or any special nutrition due to dietary requirements or allergies, would recommend that you carry that with you too. Okay, so please have a look at the mandatory kit. Just think of it as the bare minimum kit that you need to carry, and anything additional is up to you. Okay, so diversions on the route. So from our side of things, if there are any diversions on the route itself in the lead up to the race, we'll email you, and we'll also update the social media channels. Please bear in mind that sometimes these things happen, and sometimes they're taken out of our hands, and it's required works, essential works that is deemed necessary by the local authority or by the landowner itself. The most current race routes, GPX wise and mapping, is actually on the GB Ultras website. On the page, halfway down the page, the map, the download GPX is available there. That is the current, most up-to-date version of the race route. Emergency instructions. If there is a minor injury, please let the checkpoint, a race marshal or race HQ know. Only in an emergency, please follow the following instructions. That's a risk to life and limb. Number 1, use your foil, emergency blanket and any spare clothing that you've got. Number 2, trigger the SOS button on your tracker. So just on your tracker here, just the race tracker logo there, just underneath it, gently press it approximately 3 to 5 seconds and it will alert race HQ and will then dispatch the medical team. That is no substitute for dialing 999. So step 3 is dial 999 and ask for an ambulance. Step 4, when possible, call race HQ. Okay, the SOS button might be damaged during a fall or anything like that. So when possible, call race HQ. Number 5, attract the attention of fellow runners shouting or using your whistle. Okay. At all times, your race number must be visible. Okay, we need to see it on the front of your person. So when you're going through checkpoints, it's easier for the event team. Okay, so choice of footwear for the event itself. Largely, Pennine Barrier is a trail and mountain event. We have had people in the past who have done the event in road trainers where it's dry conditions, but if those conditions are less favourable and it does start raining, firm terrain can become slippy. So we would recommend a suitable trail shoe for this event. This concludes the race brief video for the Pennine Barrier Ultra. If you have any questions in the meantime, please don't hesitate to send us an email at info@gbultras.com. Thanks for watching and thanks for all the support, and enjoy the event.